What's up, everybody? My name's David Moorfield. I'm a DP here in Orlando, Florida, and it's 10 p.m. Tomorrow we have a art of documentary interview and B-roll day, and we're going to be using the Sony FX6. I'm bringing in another AOD member, Doran, who's going to be bringing his Sony a7 III, so we're just going to keep it all Sony. C70 package is going to stay here, and it's going to be interview and B-roll on the 24-70 with lighting, audio, boom, lav, all that good stuff. We'll probably throw the a7 III on the gimbal, and then we're going to get some B-roll outside where we're going to be getting surfing. So we're going to be using the big boy, and here's the skin. I have a GoPro 10 charging right now, and all the GoPro accessories are in here. So a couple batteries, the handle, stuff like that. And then this is all going into the car. That way when I wake up really early, it's just ready to go. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm not going to talk as much as I normally do, just going to let you see how a shoot like this unfolds, but I typically do corporate work, so I'm very familiar with setting up interviews, getting lighting, audio correct, and doing it by myself. But this time, Doran's helping me out, standing in for our lighting, and just making things go faster.
Yeah, we only have the skate park. There's a shoulders up.
So this is what our interviewee's going to see. Big light, big mic. Backlight coming in, giving a little shape to the face. And this is soft key light. Minimal interior design. Bike in the back. I love it. 2, 1. Okay. And then actually, see? You got it.
Yep. Is that your favorite part?
It is. Usually the client's favorite part too. This job was sourced from the Art of Documentary, but it is for one of the founders' brothers' programs, and I was instructed to schedule a shoot date and send over the interview questions. That way there's no surprises on the day of, even though we'll go a lot deeper once we go through the interview. And whenever they answer a question, however they end it is usually how I pick up the next question. It allows it to be less truncated and feel more like an organic conversation, which is how you would be able to have more of a bond when speaking with them. So having your personal social skills is just as important as your technical skills, and you can get the meaningful sound bites that you are there to capture.
Most people my age have prevented them from actually taking that next step.
If you don't know about the Art of Documentary, it's an online academy filled with information about filmmaking, best business practices, being a freelancer, being a production company, and everything that goes in between with making this your career. The most important aspect, in my opinion, is the community that you get access to. All the other students who are enrolled wherever they are, throughout the world, throughout the state, and they essentially casted from their network and asked who was available to shoot in Florida. So that is an area that I'm very familiar with, top to bottom, Tallahassee to the Keys. So I threw my hat in the ring. Luckily, I was selected, and I could be a part of this project, which, the hope is to do this one and then have my foot in the door for a feature doc or any other type of consideration in the future. It's a pretty cool network. I highly recommend looking at it, and I think the doors open for this semester in March. Yeah, and maybe we'll grab a shot of you maybe doing something in your normal morning routine.
Yeah.
Do you do coffee? Do you tea? Do you do water? What?
I do coffee.
The ND filter is so nice because you can dial it in instead of hard stops. I just need him to come back.
What do you think so far of the shoot?
Shoot's going good. It's really nice having 2 cameras, having you here. But we got interview done. We're almost done with the bike scene for B-roll, and then the waves are good, or calm, so I think we're gonna take the stand-up paddleboard out there and maybe put the drone up, use the GoPro, and just grab all the B-roll that we can right now. Where'd he go? I hate keeping a mental note of which batteries are at which capacity for the camera, for the monitor, for any other accessories, and that's why I decided to V-mount the entire system. One unified battery, and if you're extra lazy, it has an LCD display with the time remaining and battery percentage. Like, could it get any bigger? Ready to shoot some surfing.
You want the longboard, you said?
Yeah, longboard.
The board, that's the red one. That's older than Mason. This is 20 years old. I got this is my first surfboard here. Big ass dog.
What is that, a 12-foot board?
Yeah, that's awesome. I had a surf one and I hated it. I had like
David with a board in one hand, camera in the other.
We didn't grab much vlog footage at the beach, too focused on getting long lens with the Sony, getting in the freezing cold water with the GoPro, and some drone shots. So the waves weren't working perfectly, it was the wrong tide, so we didn't catch any waves. Just going back and forth on the stand-up, which is fine. We want to get as much visual variety as possible, especially when you're talking about moments in the past. The B-roll needs to be relevant. So we did ask him to airdrop a bunch of photos and videos and see if that can help be a glue when editing. Because once you get back to the desk, you want to have as many puzzle pieces as possible. He actually did give us a couple bucks for dinner, which was very much appreciated. All right, cheers, dog. And then my favorite part is the conversations after the production, where you can bounce ideas off each other, new projects that you're working on, or new strategies for business, new creative ideas, and get some good feedback and different perspectives. That was a crazy long day. I'm exhausted. See, this is how I know my package was stolen a few weeks ago. Normally packages stay here for days, even weeks. So the fact that mine was gone within an hour means the FedEx guy took it. So most of you guys already know I'm primarily a DP and I don't take on any editing work. This project was a little different. It was shoot and edit, and it was even a little more modest of a rate than I'm used to, but this is for a long play. This is in case AOD has projects in the future, feature-length docs. I already have that relationship connected and just step one to getting in the door. And so I'm gonna go to a coffee shop, get out of my apartment and actually just get down to edit, just get into that mental workspace. I moved downtown last year and I absolutely love that I can walk out of my apartment and go straight into a cafe. There's a bunch to choose from around here, and I'm using the time now to edit some mixed martial arts reels. So I got this job by doing my own personal passion project, a documentary on a local fighter. That led me into getting access into the promotion, and then the promoter saw my work, said we'd love to hire you to create reels for us, and this has been a repeat customer for a while. Not a retainer, but repeat, and I have a couple more dates lined up for them over the next 2 months. So next one is Fort Lauderdale, Tallahassee, there's a whole bunch. A bit of a slow week, so I just wanted to bring you guys in on a couple of job inquiries that I got today. First one is from Production Hub. I love Production Hub. That's how I get a lot of my higher paying corporate work. I've made videos on this in the past, how I get clients. Look up those vlogs if you want to see me go more in detail, but fantastic service to get this type of work. This one is 2 days at a conference, potentially a scout day the day before. So I would offer my full corporate DP rate of $1,200. That includes lighting, sound, and single camera, and you have me for 10 hours. That's the verbiage I use for all of these types of jobs, and so far it seems pretty well accepted. The only thing I don't like is the last sentence where it says you need to be educated on blood. I don't know why that would be necessary for the camera operator, but I'm going to inquire and see if that's a make or break. This one is much more up my alley. The only thing is they're asking about editing. And if you know me, I hate editing. and I'm gonna offer to just give my DP services and not offer editing, or use this as an opportunity to give it to someone else in my network. If I refer one of my friends, I'm strengthening that bond and increasing that two-way street type of mentality. This fully built FX6 is my A camera, and that's how I want to keep it going forward. So that makes me need to consider, do I want to sell the C70 and all the lenses that it requires? On full frame, a 24-70 is just wide enough and just tight enough to do 90% of my work. With the C70, I really need lenses with larger apertures and different focal lengths to cover. So I'm thinking of selling the C70, getting a B cam, a small Sony, maybe an FX30, and that would actually leave enough money left over to grab a 70-200. And that way I would have two lenses, a 24-70 and a 70-200, small alpha series, large cinema camera, and that's it. I can get rid of all this and just have less stuff, which is what I like. I like minimal, efficient solutions. So as good as this camera is, and as much as I love it, I think I'm gonna sell it. So this is my current monitor solution that I created. Had to buy a couple pieces. This goes on here, and I can slide it back and forth. I can rotate perfectly. It's fantastic. The problem is this is a little wide when I stick it in the bag. So I'm trying to figure out how I can mimic the Sony LCD, because the Sony one can fold in, which I would love. I can't do that with this. So now I don't know if this looks too janky, because I definitely like how I've rigged this out to be so minimal and functional, and this might be going the other direction. But let's see. So we'll have a monitor here, looking good. And then at the end of the day, when it's time to go back into the bag, we go from here to here. That's not bad. I do like it. This could be a solution for storage. I'm not gonna lie, it does look a little weird having this here, but it's high enough and over enough that when it's normally mounted here, this doesn't block the monitor. So we'll try it. Every part of my rig is listed in the description. And as always, I do offer consultation calls. Most people like to discuss which gear to get, the specifics of freelancing, and how to network and get hired. So drop me an email. It's listed in the description, and I'll see you on the next one.